Hello everyone, Game Crazy here, and welcome to my Puppeteer guide. Okay, so anyways, if you're watching this, you obviously want to be a Puppeteer, and I'm going to start this off with one of the most common questions that new Puppeteers always ask us. Why can't I summon my puppet? It seems like a weird way to start off, but trust me, this question has plagued us for quite a long time. And this always comes up whenever someone new comes over and tries a Puppeteer. Basically, you need multiple things for this. First off, you need the puppet summon skill. It looks like either this thing right here or this thing. You're also going to need a puppet. It'll look like one of these things down here. Never mind. And you're going to need to equip the puppet. When they're equipped, they have this little like snake or blue thingy like you see on some of the puppets down here. It occasionally glitches out, and it actually glitches out when you log out, to where you have to remember which puppets you have equipped. Which normally isn't a problem, because normally you only have 2 anyway. I only have 5 because I need to show off the differences between the cheap puppets and the expensive ones. And for some reason that made me think, oh, I need to buy an expensive puppet again, even though I have 2 of them already. So let's go into the dojo and show these guys off real quick. Here's cheap and here's expensive. There's cheap, there is middle. Cheap for starters. By the way, press space when you're near your puppet, you'll take control of it. If you just hit F, it'll go and start attacking whatever thing you're locked onto. Right now it's actually nerfed to where it doesn't go very far. But as you can see, it has 5,000 stamina, 300 chakra. When you hit A, you can see its damage. It generally doesn't go above 200 unless deflection kicks in, which apparently for me it feels like doing today. Here's the middle puppet. It has 1,000 more stamina and technically 100 more chakra, but the chakra never goes up to 400. Its damage, it generally never goes above 400, and it can hit 300 somethings pretty easily. While I'm waiting on my puppet to come back, I'm going to talk about some other things, some things that you should remember. First off, puppets, they're 300 chakra. Because they have such low chakra, they lose chakra very fast on the water. When it's completely gone, they start losing stamina, so be careful about having them walk on water. Also, while I'm waiting, I guess I could go over the prices of these puppets. The cheap puppets are 300 money. I forget what the money is called. What's it called? It's called Rio in this game. 300 Rio. That's about 3 D rank missions. Or 2. It kind of depends on how many people you're missioning with. The middle puppet is 2,100. That is a few missions. And the most expensive one... No, actually 2,700 for the middle puppet. I'm sorry. 8,100 for the expensive puppet, which we can now summon, so I'm going to summon him. This is my expensive Gurren puppet. He has 7,000 stamina, 500 max chakra, but always 300 chakra out of 500. Anyways, his auto attacks, as you can see, they tend to deal 400 to 600 damage. Not counting deflection. It can actually deal below 400, but it's fairly rare. And as I say that, I get another one. Especially if deflection kicks in, it's very rare. They have a pretty likely wound chance compared to the other puppets. Pretty good damage. So now I'm going to show you all the puppet weapons. We have Hidden Knife Shot here. It fires a little knife. It has really quick cooldown. As a matter of fact, it's coming off cooldown right about now. Here's Needle Gun. It fires a barrage of needles. They each do 100 damage. I don't know how many needles there are. I can never count them. As you can see, there's a very wide spray, but if you use it on a person right in front of you, they pretty much get hit, guaranteed. Hidden Knife Shot does about 5 wounds and 500 damage, something like that. Needle Gun, 100 damage, 100 stamina damage per needle. And then there's Body Crush, which is kind of like the I'll break everything but your neck move. As you can see, it does somewhere in the 2000s worth of damage, and it can do around 5-ish wounds. These numbers are static yet random. Keep in mind, your level will have nothing really to do with this. Although I have seen a very large difference in Body Crush damage between me and other puppeteers sometimes. So there might be something that kind of works with it. I don't exactly know. I hate that noise. Stupid Beyond. And now we'll go into builds. There are really limitless amounts of builds you can do with puppeteers because their damage is static. It doesn't matter that much what you build. But here are some more common ones, or some better ones, I guess. Some of them aren't really common. There is Strength Con 3-3. You are allowed to mess around with the numbers to make it something like, I want 3 Con, 2 Strength, 1 Reflex. You can do whatever you want. But anyways, with this build, you'll be the tank in your puppeteer. You'll be a tank puppeteer. You'll be doing most of the fighting, and your puppet will be your support. Good jutsus for this style include the Medical Tree, which that's true really for any Con puppeteer, so I'm just going to leave Medical Tree out. If I say Con build, then Medical Tree is instantly good. Pretty much any of the jutsu trees, just up to personal preference. You could go for more damage with fire, you could go for stuns with a lot of the different ones, whatever. I would highly recommend Earth, though. And I could somewhat recommend Water with Syrup Capture. Although you do have to be very careful of Water with your puppets losing stamina and all that. Wind moves, I can recommend pretty much all of them other than... If it's reflex based, ask if it's reflex based. If it is, don't bother with the jutsu, unless you have reflex, which that is a build I will cover. Passive-wise, crit, combo, daze, piercing damage for strength, con, PP, hand seal, medic, regen. Reflex, supply, mostly if you get poison needles. Speed demon is always useful for pretty much anyone, so I'm not really going to bother with it. Blindside, your puppet damage is static and actually doesn't get blindside, I'm pretty sure. But it could upgrade your damage. And Rend, it works on puppet auto attacks. Do keep in mind you only have 10, if you go 3 strength, 3 con, you only have 10 reflex and 10 intelligence passives, so don't think you're going to get a lot of passives here. Under intelligence, I can recommend some analytical points and Gen resistance. Other than that, can't really think of what else to get. Well, man, I'm going to show off these. So that's Poison Bomb. It hurts you for now, but it actually doesn't. It's actually not going to hurt us in a later patch. It's going to be undone. There's Poison Blades. It doesn't really even power up your attacks. What it does is it makes it to where the enemy loses a little bit of chakra, to where they can't regen their health for a bit. It's pretty useful to activate. And then there's Chakra Shield, which it stuns the puppet and makes it lay out a shield. If the puppet's on you, it'll make the shield over you, and I don't know if it's impossible or really tough to get you out. Before it was kind of somewhat easy to get you out of the shield, but I guess it might be a little tougher now. Okay, next 3 con 3 intelligence build. This is what I like using myself on puppeteers. Actually, I like using on most clans. With this build, you will be the support for your puppets. You'll be very weak, so you'll have to rely on your genjutsus, on your other moves like medical body disruption to make it to where the target has no idea where it's moving. Stuff like camouflage hiding here, which makes you completely invisible while stationary, which, so long as they haven't targeted you, that's actually pretty good. If your puppet's out and all that, I think... Oh wait, that's why I trigger. Okay. Yeah, if you're careful with it, you actually can not trigger camouflage concealment's deactivation timer, which lets you stay invisible. Basically, as long as you're careful about like what you're doing, you can stay invisible for a while as a puppeteer. You want stuff like that, and yet again, medical jutsus, earth jutsus, water isn't that bad, wind other than sword is pretty good. It definitely anything that like stuns the opponent or messes them up a little bit is good. Under strength, deflection, daze resistance, crits, more so only if you put some strength points in for that, you know, because you're probably going to be getting Cherry Blossom Impact, and wasn't there another jutsu exactly like Cherry Blossom Impact that I had to get? Oh no, I didn't have to get that one. Duh. It's been so long since I played this game. But anyways, you do have to get Cherry Blossom Impact to get Creation Rebirth, so if you decide I want to make a little more use out of that, go ahead and do it. Actually, no, I don't think crit actually applies to it. It would apply to your Chakra Scalpel, which does pretty good damage without really going too much into damage. Con-wise, Pure Power, Hand Seal, Medic, Regen. I hate that noise. Medic and Regen are more so recommended because you're a very supportive character when you build like this. This definitely isn't something you want to make as a main damage dealer, but this guy can really help out someone who can do lots and lots of damage. Under Reflex Supply, more so if you're going for Poison Needles. As you can see, this character actually you can't see it, but this character does not have Poison Needles. I used to use it a lot, but then I was like, I'm running out of supplies, way too much. So I decided not to go for it. You could... Blindside, yeah, I guess you could get... It'll increase your damage, which is kind of low. Kind of not. It really depends on what you do in Con. Rend for the same reason as before. And of course, Speed Demon, because hey, not being stunned after you Shushin is kind of nice. Under Intelligence, Analytical, Gen Mastery, few Gen Resistance, because you're going to have a natural Gen Resistance built up. I mean, I have 446 Control Intelligence. Only an Uchiha is really going to be able to Genjutsu me pretty bad. And that's why I have Gen Resistance. And tracking doesn't hurt, as always. The map is big now. In addition to those two, which are, I guess, the more common ones, we have the less common Con Reflex. For Con Reflex, you're going to be a wounding machine, and your puppet will also be a wounding machine, because wounds come pretty normally with puppet moves. So it's actually pretty possible you could one-hit KO someone. Well, KO kill someone, I should say, if you do Con Reflex Puppeteer. And then there's also Strength Reflex, or the Gate Puppeteer. Yeah, good jutsus for the Con Reflex Puppeteer, by the way. Pretty much just your wound-based jutsus. And passives, pretty much the same as everyone else. So far, Deflection, Strength, the same as the Con Intelligence person. Con, same as everyone else, really. Reflex, I'd say pretty much all of them, whatever ones you want to use. Intelligence, the same as the Con Strength. For the Strength Reflex person, for the Strength Reflex Puppeteer, you're going to want gates. You're basically going to be gaying and taking advantage of the fact that when you hit D, your puppets come to you. If you're farther away, I think they actually just teleport as opposed to like do this slow stuff. Oh no, they walk. Oh wow, maybe that isn't as viable anymore. Okay, that might not be viable anymore, but puppets used to teleport. I don't know if they still do, and it's just like they don't do it as much or what. But should you want to try that for some reason, because it can still lock up the opponent, and then like you can have your puppets attack a bit easier. You go strength, reflex, you get gates, all the other youth stuff, and then your puppet stuff as well. Alright, all the puppet weapons, you've already seen them here. Their prices are going to be in the shop. You don't really, I guess, need to know them, but I'm going to go ahead and tell them to you. Along the way, I'm going to tell you about some combos that you can use with your puppets. This first one is more so if you have two puppets. Actually, it's impossible without two puppets. It's the Body Crush combo, or not Body Crush, Secret Black Move Iron Maiden GOA version, I call it. Basically, with one of your puppets you use Body Crush, then with the other you'll then, I guess, you can use Hidden Knife Shot, Needle Gun, Poison Bomb, use Poison Tip Blades on the other puppet, and I guess Poison Bomb too. That's how I tend to do it. But you'll want to switch over to your second puppet and start auto-attacking with it. Or you can just keep hitting F. Either way really works. Where is the shop? It is down over here. I'm not gonna lie, I hate this new map. It's just way too big. Everything needs to be condensed. Anyways, Hidden Knife Shot right there. Hopefully right-click shop. Right there's Hidden Knife Shot, Needle Gun, Chakra Shield, Poison Bomb, Poison Tip Blades, and Body Crush. As you can see, they are 500, 1350, 1250, 1100, 950, and 750 respectively. Your puppets, the cheapest one 300, middle one 2700, and most expensive 8100. While I am walking back for no reason, there's also another puppet combo. This one can be done with one puppet. Actually, it has to be done with one puppet. If you basically equip Body Crush and Chakra Shield on the same puppet, you can Body Crush an ally and then Chakra Shield. It'll prevent... It can sometimes prevent the Body Crush damage. Other times it actually won't. But you can take advantage of this to put a Chakra Shield over an ally who you need to get protected for some reason. Like, let's say you're a medic and you have to heal him. If he's in the heal corner about dead, you're going to want to make sure he doesn't die during a war. Okay, and all that leaves us with are some important things to note. As a puppeteer, try to trick your opponent as much as possible by hanging into your puppet, having your puppet hang into you, make sure it's named after someone in the village without spaces in their names. My current puppets cannot do this really because they're named Gurren the Logon. Although I would say it is a name I would expect to see on here, because I mean, we all love anime here. Missions, always do them up until you get all the junk you need, because puppeteers are the biggest money black holes in GOA. Basically, a puppeteer, they're going to be spending money on the puppets, the upgrades to the puppets, the puppet weapons, supplies that other people use, clothes that you're going to want to wear, whatever. You're just going to be spending so much money, it's not even funny. If a puppet loses all of its chakra while walking on water, it starts losing stamina as it walks on water. I've already said this. Be very, very careful while walking on water with your puppet. And your puppet attacks go through you, as you have probably seen a little bit. As you can see, that goes right through me. That also goes right through me. However, this used to go through you, but now it doesn't. But this is supposedly going to be stopped. It's also going to be stopped how I think you take damage. Definitely is. And that's really all I can think of. I might come up with a few more combos. Well, actually, I do have one thing to say for another thing. Really, Secret Black Move Iron Maiden, that combo. For that, you really only just have to body crush and auto attack, so you don't need too much. But technically, I add in all the other stuff. That's really more something like, I don't know what to call it, puppet rape combo, I guess, because it's pretty much what it does. It just destroys their health and wounds. See, we've shown the auto attacks. Puppet damage is static, by the way. It's static but random. It's kind of tough to explain, but basically the damage will always be within a certain threshold, and nothing you do will change your damage. So don't even bother. With that, I guess this video guide is over, because well, I can't think of anything else to add. I will add stuff on as I can think of it, or as I can remember. Combos will be added, in all likelihood. Maybe I'll talk to someone and they'll be like, oh, I have this cool puppet combo. And it'll be something I never even thought of. So anyways, I will see you guys in the next video I decide to make. If you're unaware, I will be trying to make guide videos for a lot of different clans. I'm probably going to try and stay more so in Suna, but I might also go outside a little bit. Just do something really quickly if I can get someone who actually knows what they're talking about to talk to me outside of Suna. Anyways, until then, I will see you guys next time. I'm probably going to add in some more detailed combos after the update, because there's going to be an update pretty soon where we're going to get new jutsus. Like, we're going to be able to finally get this thing, and this thing, and this thing. I think that's one too. And there should be like one other that I can't think of. Maybe that. I really don't know. Oh, and there was another jutsu I missed. And that thing too. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time, which, I don't know, it's either going to be a Datara video or a Sand User video. Till then, take it easy, and work hard on your puppets, I guess. I don't know.